Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher knowledge is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses knowledge of student characteristics and teachers' in-depth content knowledge, and the blending of these to enhance learning. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The students in this vocational agriculture class are learning about aquaponics by raising fish and vegetables in their aqua lab. The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is evident in his comprehension of the subject matter. His goals and objectives reflect his familiarity with the concepts and skills of his discipline, how they are organized, and the progressive stages his students need to master.
My goals for this unit would be teaching students basic animal husbandry skills, how to complete water quality tests, what polyculture is, how aquaponics is becoming a more dominant role in raising produce and fish in the United States, how to calculate rate of gain and feed efficiency, teach them just basic feeding practices for fish, and then try to tie it all in together as to how just because they're fish, it does relate to livestock such as cattle and horses and hogs. Even though the requirements are a little different, it's still the basic principles that apply.
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is again evident in his reflection on the teaching practices he uses and the reasons he uses them.
I selected this particular teaching strategy as far as the hands-on approach to learning because I felt it really maintained student interest and it generated a lot of excitement amongst the students. And also, I do teach ag ed, and out of my total enrollment, I think maybe only 10% are actually what you'd call farm kids. So really the production side of agriculture doesn't apply to them. So I was always looking for a way to show the other side of agriculture, and aquaculture was just one of the newer exciting things that I could get my hands on and we could actually perform here in our lab. And the students really seem to enjoy it, and it's just grown considerably the past 4 years since we started it.
The teacher asks questions to assess the students' understanding of the concepts they have studied. The teacher's use of questioning as a method of instruction allows him to evaluate his students' progress and identify concepts the students do not understand adequately. This again demonstrates the teacher's in-depth content knowledge.
Okay, as long as we're here, let's talk a little bit about our aquaponics operation. What is aquaponics? Anybody?
Combination of hydroponics and aquaculture.
Okay, hydroponics being what?
Growing plants.
Okay.
In our fish environment.
Without soil. Aquaculture, raising fish, we put the two together, we have aquaponics. Somebody explain the whole the thought process involved with this. What are we trying to do? What's the purpose of aquaponics?
Trying to grow plants like lettuce and tomatoes and things.
Okay, and what's the concept behind that? Why put the wool blocks in there with the tomato and the lettuce plants?
They soak up more water.
Okay, and what else? And what else are they removing from the tank?
Waste.
Okay, fish waste. And so we're removing the fish waste from the tank, and at the same time, what are we providing for that plant?
Nutrients.
Yes, nutrients and food.
The teacher demonstrates knowledge of student characteristics by giving his students opportunities to use and develop their naturalistic intelligence. The students observe and handle the fish they are raising, they keep track of the eating habits and growth of the fish, and they make sure the fish thrive by providing them with a clean, healthy environment. The teacher demonstrates knowledge of student characteristics by addressing his students' visual spatial intelligence. Once the students have collected all of their data on the fish, they enter it into spreadsheets and create charts and graphs. This encourages the students to create visual representations of their data to help them draw conclusions.
Should he be starting to taper off a little bit, or would you suspect? And why is that?
Because he's kind of outgrowing his environment.
Yeah, his environment's restricting him, and we'll get them moved into that bigger tank next week. Why else? Any other ideas why he's starting to slow down now? You got to figure he's probably
getting pretty old.
Yeah. So what's that telling us about catfish? If we're going to market them.
We better start marketing them pretty soon.
Better market, well, how old should they be?
Probably about 2 pounds, 6 months or so.
Probably closer to a year, actually, about a year old, but the 2-pound range is pretty good.